Grand Rise, Willie Whittle. It shall be dope. This is the pod. Let's get into it. Today I want to talk about something that's kind of on my head, but it's really in my heart. I think that a lot of people from where I'm from, like younger days, we used to run around and loyalty was everything. The fact of if you were loyal, that's all that mattered, right? And if you break that loyalty, it was it was up. Like there was nothing left for it. The respect level is gone. The trust is gone. The love is gone. And I feel like in my newer found days, and being older, I still feel like loyalty is huge, 100% huge. But I think some people are loyal to a fault because I think as you get older, everyone's supposed to get wiser to a sense. But because they get wiser, they try to get crafty with loyalty or however you see these items. I think that as we try to navigate through life, there's no need to be crafty with it. It's a real situation, like it's a real feeling, and we just need to keep it at basic levels of loyalty or trust. And the main statement that I want to get to is like um, people confuse loyalty and trust. They confuse the two. Um, I listen to a lot of T Grizzly, um, and loyalty was there was a song that he came out with, and it was like loyalty's all I could ask for. Is that too much to ask? Like, I mean, is it too much to ask? Like when you ask for someone to be in your corner or to be with you, being loyal is one thing, but let's look at it from a different perspective, right? So if I'm loyal to my friend, and then their friend becomes my friend too, right? Now we're a friend group of sorts, and you know sometimes somebody has to make a choice. Somebody gets hurt. Do they feel like their loyalty is offended? Like, and it could be that simple. It's that simple when you're a kid. Like you got three friends. One friend says, "Come over." The other one says, "Like I can't." So if I can't go over there, you can't go over there, and they be like, "Well, I'm still gonna go over there." Well, you're not loyal to me. That kind of concept grew up to adults feeling like the loyalty is not there, or it's an issue. And what it really boils down to is that we don't understand the definition of trust. We don't understand the full definition of trust. We have to be able to trust in people and feel it. And when I say feel it, I mean feel it. There's some people who I have real, like I call them real relationships, right? You have real relationships with these people that if you give them your trust, they won't do anything with it. However, it's yours to break, right? So I never hand out trust with the full, like with the concept that I may not get it back. I'm going to hand you my trust, and you might break it. You just might. But when I hand it to you, I always feel like I may not get it back anyway, right? But that's my faith in people, and that's the loyalty to a fault probably of me. But I also feel like you have to take a risk. There has to be some kind of risk there in these relationships, um, because other than that, you won't learn how to be the you that you need to be, um, in that aspect. But you can only trust people so far, right? They'll show you how far you could trust them, and they'll give you what you need, and you just assess from there. Um, I feel like depending on sometimes strength and survival, people tend to waver in loyalty. I'm the type of person who never wavers in loyalty. You get what you get out of me, and it is what it is. Um, and a lot of people, and the funny statement is, a lot of people feel like that. I was listening to Benny the Butcher not too long ago. At Benny the Butcher, Griselda Gang, those guys are dope. I don't care what anybody says. West Side Gun, Fly God is an awesome God. I'm on that boat. Conway the Machine, I listen to it almost every day. But Benny the Butcher, I was listening to him, and on his album for Everybody Can't Go, you know, he states uh, everybody gonna say they like that. Everybody gonna tell you they like that. Everybody gonna tell you they different or they cut from a different cloth or they them. You know, I'm him, right? Everybody gonna say that, and it's cool. But that's how you get to decide how you feel about the person that's standing in front of you. You know, you get to weed out the people who, as Stove God Cook says, are as real as they say. Right? That's my jam, by the way. I hope you real as you say. Um, Once again, another Griselda boy. So the statement becomes: do you trust people? And if you do, when they reciprocate, do you understand that to be a real relationship? Right? These people who can actually give back to you, give you feedback, give you the love back, um, are important to our growth and our being. Right? We need a team sometimes that we can just fall on and say, "Hey, I need you," and they need to be able to catch you. You need to be able to have that trust fall feeling with these people. But man, you better test that trust out beforehand, because you give it up and you let them do what they do with it. And if they break the trust, that's fine. Like they just break the loan. I think some of the people become vengeful, vindictive. I'm a person who, I was talking to my man Tay the other day, last week or whatever, and I said, bro, one of the biggest things I'll tell you right now, like I'll tell people if I'm really done with them, is I'm cool. I'm cool on you. And that's just coming from a place of like, I'm cool. Like I'm cool. I mean, and we took that from Pusha T, when he was like, no, I got beef and it's all right, but I'm cool. I don't want to talk about it. He do him, I do me. I'm cool. I'm cool. But Push also said in an interview, which I'm not going to keep bringing up the old stuff, but he also said, don't do it, because when you do it, there is no too far. Right? So there is no end, there is no too far. I'm a believer in that too. So you can only break my trust once. Once you break that trust the first time, I got it. So people, you gotta be intuitive enough to say, I got it. I see it, no problem, right? I'm only giving you one item, one trust, whatever you want to call it, vase or bowl or whatever you want to call it. What's easy to break? A pencil, maybe a stick. I'm only giving you one trust stick to break. Once that's broken, I got it. I got it. I heard you. And I'm cool. Now, if you decide to give them another trust stick, that's on you, right? I know who I am. I know who some people are. But we're talking about the division between real relationships and associates, or people that you may, deal with on a daily basis, work, school, outside. It doesn't matter. Like, you have to watch people sometimes, because you just got to watch everybody sometimes. But it's okay, because at some point you still have to be you. You can't go around just kind of side eyeing everybody because you gave out this, like, a plethora of trust, and you're like, are they going to break it or not? Are they going to break it or not? You'll drive yourself crazy. So that's why you definitely quantify the real relationships in your life, and you make them as important and potent as they need to be for both of your self growth. Because I think when you give your trust to somebody and they reciprocate it, it's a beautiful thing. That level of loyalty is dope. Like, it's phenomenal. I have some friends that I have went deep. We went in the mud together, and The stuff that I've been through, the stuff that other people been through. Those experiences build bonds that allow people to grow and stand up with that mud, covered in mud, doesn't matter, covered in mud, in the rain, in the storm, whatever. And you look to the side and you say, I have a brother or a sister in arms that can really help me take this step, not push me or not pull me either. Like, we can take these steps together. They come back, they step with you, stride for stride. And then, you can't be upset because it's still their life. There's trillions of people on the planet, and that number might be off because I haven't looked at the number recently. But there's a whole bunch of people on the planet, and everybody is their own main character. I'm not an NPC in my own life. I'm not a non-playable character in my own life. I am the main character. The things that I do are for me because it's me. My family is they're in the game too, right? They're the people that are directly affected, but I'm the main character in my story as they are theirs. So they have to find their way, they have to feel their passions, and they have to do everything that they do in their own way. And they're going to have to figure out trust. They're going to have to figure out real relationships in the future. They're going to have to figure out through navigating through loyalty, right? And all of these concepts that back in my day, we made a big deal in a different way, right? You got the whole, like, don't snitch. That whole thing is a movement. And I'm still a believer in it. Don't get me wrong, I'm still a thug. But I don't think that it's the same concept. Like, if you with your people, right? You with your people. You're dealing with the police and whatever. Or you're dealing with whoever. All right, man. I'm holding the line. It was cool because those are my boys. I'm holding the line. But I do want people to imagine, like, what if that was somebody else? You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go deep into that because that's when stuff gets tricky. People start getting political. I do want to bring up an important topic that happened this week. And I got to look at a guy. I apologize. But I am going to look this up real fast. Sonya Massey. Rest in peace, Sonya Massey. We should all be saying her name. We should all shout her name from the rooftops. It was disgusting to see what happened to her in her own home. I'm pretty sure people are familiar by now. I'm not going to say what happened. I want people to look it up. The statement that I do want to make is loyalty and trust goes to our police departments. And when they break that loyalty and trust, just know that that's I'm cool on you situation. I'm not going back. And I don't have to be the person to firsthand experience the issue in order for me to be cool on you. I feel like I want everyone to be able to feel safe, and I know everybody does. They want to be able to make that phone call and feel safe. But this young woman did not get what she was supposed to get that night. And I believe that there's a police reform that needs to happen. I believe that there are people who think that this is justice. And I saw this message just kind of goes together, right? I seen this message the other day. I was scrolling, and this woman, I can't remember her name, but her name didn't need to be remembered at the time. This woman said it was a disgrace for LeBron James to be a flag bearer in the United States Olympics because he kneeled for the national anthem and he wore a Black Lives Matter t-shirt. on court, right? This was during one of his court events or basketball events or whatever. And I really, really wish that people understood what was going on. Like, I understand how people can have their own opinion and their own views. People kneeling for the flag or for the national anthem was not an attack against the United States. It was a message. It was a message to let people know that we have issues and we have this constitution and we have these documents that everybody wants to stand behind with their opinion, but they don't want to stand behind it when something messed up happens. Black people get killed by the police a lot. We kneeled to show that there was an issue in America with the structure of the police departments and the governments, from them not seeing that this is an issue, from them not taking steps towards police reform or defunding the police, or even reiterating their funding to get them better training or better psychological care when they have issues, right? We were trying to say, hey, we're trying to let everybody know that there's an issue. And the response used to be all lives matter. All lives matter. Well, yeah, we said the same thing, but we didn't, because if you actually cared that all lives matter, then you would definitely care that Black lives matter. And for you to say all lives matter, you're smart enough to differentiate the two, but you're also not smart enough to understand that there's a problem here. So for this woman, let me dial it all back in, right? So for this woman to say that about LeBron James, who kneeled with a Black Lives Matter t-shirt at a game, she said it's a disgrace for him to hold the United States flag in Paris as a flag bearer. And then a few days ago, we have an issue, a situation, a sad occurrence, where we see a police officer who's bounced around from police department to police department, 6 different police departments since 2022. Since 2022, I've held 2 jobs, 2 different job places or whatever. I changed jobs once. My man changed jobs 6 times. They put him in the line of duty, and he got upset because a woman said, "I'll rebuke you in the name of Jesus," and that chose him to say what he said, because it's disgusting. And we don't see that being an issue. We as people give trust. We give trust. You only get one opportunity to trust. Trust in the police has been an issue from a long time ago. I obviously am a hip hop head, so my trust for the police disappeared when, Ice Cube said "fuck the police," and I'm like, word. And then I actually started looking into as much as I could about it back then, right? Back in the Ice Cube days, the NWA days, and I'm like, man, it's a thing in LA. It's a problem in LA. But people didn't, people see it how they want to see it, right? It's fine. There's multiple different views. I just don't want to see nobody get shot. I don't want to see nobody die. Even with Trump getting shot, I don't want to see him getting shot. So no matter what, I don't want to see nobody getting hurt because of their opinion or because of their views or because of things that get overlooked on a daily basis. All of these things that happen in the media make people's trust in life systems get skewed. I can only give out my trust so much. I know everybody else has their trust limits. I can only give my trust out so much. And my loyalty is hard to come by. But once again, let me dial it all back in. these are the real relationships that people are supposed to have on a daily basis. I'm supposed to be able to go outside and see the police officers and wave and feel protected, feel safe. Not, oh, there they go, look away. I'm not waving to the police. We're not friendly. We're not cool because I don't know I don't know why they're over here. Those are two different feelings. Um, but in real relationships, it's built off of the trust that is reciprocated to each other. So make sure when you hand out your trust stick and you say, "Hey, here's my trust," um, just know that everybody really isn't built the way that they say they are. And as long as you know that, then you won't be in denial of your path if they do break your trust. But if they don't, I want you to really explore that relationship and say, okay, I feel you, like maybe we can continue, right? And they get the opportunity to break it. But if they don't, it could blossom into something amazing. It really could. So and even with that trust, we're all walking a mission. We're all walking a mission to peace. And down our path, sometimes you may need that person that trusts you and you trust them. And as long as you do all of that with love, it shall be dope. Thank y'all. Have a great day.